Everything in life is cause and effect, and your habits and the things that you do every single day are no different. Fundamentally, if you are, like me, an ambitious person with big goals, then you know that the person that you are right now is not the person that's capable of achieving the things that you want to achieve in life, which means that you are going to have to do different things on a day-by-day basis, which is going to cause this metamorphosis effect and allow you to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life. So, in this video, I'm going to show you and literally give you, in the description, the habit tracker that I use every single morning and have used for the past 12 to 18 months. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you how to adapt it for yourself, your goal, your mission, whatever it might be that you want to do in life, so that you can turn from a caterpillar into a lovely, pretty, habit tracking, goal smashing butterfly. So let's dive into it. Welcome to the habit tracker that I have developed and used every single morning for the past 18 months that have allowed me to track the day-to-day actions that I need to do on a daily basis that will allow me and contribute to me achieving the goals that I want to achieve in life. Now, this is a copy version, so you won't be able to edit this. You need to save it into your own drive. So you go up here, you go File, make a copy, and then save that into your own drive wherever you want to, and then that will be your version, right? So let's start off by looking at how this tracker works. Basically, we have kind of yes/no tasks, right? So this is very much quantitative data. Did you or did you not do this on a daily basis, which is just tick boxes just here. And then we have qualitative metrics, which is essentially like the happiness, the sharpness, the drive, the energy, that sort of stuff. Now, obviously, like there is nothing, you can't buy like a Whoop that's going to tell you like how happy or sharp or driven or energetic that you were in the day. So this one you have to kind of base on exactly how you're feeling. But ultimately, it will give you a chance to see patterns. It will give you a chance to kind of pick up on things that are happening. And what I want to do is basically just kind of talk you through exactly how to use this. So on a daily basis, every single morning I come in, I track my weight, I track the previous day, right? So let's say that we were kind of on this day, I'll be tracking this day just here. So I track my weight, whether I did the mindset training in the morning, whether I trained, so went to the gym, meditated, stuck to a diet, drank enough water, was sober, whether I read, and whether I slept well or not. I then track my steps, the amount of hours that I'm working, the focus during those hours. So of the, let's say, 8 hours that I worked that day, 50% of it I was focused, 75% of it I was focused, and then again, another kind of qualitative metric just there. The output, which is basically like the things that I said I wanted to do that day, did I complete all of them? So if I did, that'd be 100. That then gives you an overall rating for the day, which is your output plus your focus divided by 2. You've then got happiness, sharpness, drive, and energy. And then over here, we have the weekly review, but I will come onto this in a second. So basically, these are just check boxes just here, and you'll be able to see that, for example, for January, this is divided by 31. But if it's a 30-day month, then all you need to do is change that to 30, right? And you just go through and you say the metrics, and you make sure that you put it into your daily SOP or morning start of day routine or whatever, that you're going to come in and you're going to track all of this stuff. It's so crucial that you do this, right? Every single day. Now, how do you set up the tracker for you? So obviously, like this stuff here is stuff that I'm currently focusing on, and this might change, right? If you watch my morning routine video, it talks about a similar concept of like you need to set up and structure and architect your day in a way that supports the goals and ambitions that you have, right? So it might be that you don't do any mindset training, or you're not really focused on going to the gym at the moment, even though I'd argue that everybody should. You're not meditating, or you're not particularly kind of sticking to a diet or whatever. But the point being is that I've got these set up kind of in the order of that I would do stuff during the day, right? So first thing in the morning, I'm tracking my weight, then I'm going on to do mindset training, and then I go straight to the gym. So these are like two real high priorities for me at the moment. Coming back, meditating, and then obviously this is the end of the day, right? So whether I stuck to a diet that day, the amount of water I drank, whether I was sober, read, slept, etc., 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 right? You can only do those at the end of the day, but obviously mindset and training you can kind of do as and when, right? So if you wanted to adapt this tracker for you, you just change those headings to whatever you're focusing on, right? It might be that happiness is not a metric that you're particularly bothered about tracking. That's fine. Just change it out for something else. Maybe you don't want to track the amount of hours you're doing, but again, I would argue that you probably should, right? So this is set up for me in the order of the day that I will do stuff. And if it's different for you, then that's totally fine. I'm not saying that these are kind of habits that you need to focus on. It's just particularly what are you focusing on, right? Hopefully that makes sense. You can understand the distinction just there. So setting and hitting targets. So you'll see underneath here we have the targets for the month in this row just here. And now this is just really nice to kind of keep you accountable to the things that you're trying to do, right? And kind of the targets that you're setting for yourself. It helps you see if you're like halfway through the month, whether you're on track or not on track, or whether you need to tighten up or you can loosen off a little bit. It just helps to kind of keep things, really focused and really accountable to that higher version of you that set that target at the start of the month. So you come in basically at the start of the month and you say, essentially, like you can see here, I want to do mindset 80% of the time, train 75% of the time, meditate 60% of the time, blah, 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 blah. You just set all the targets for the month. And it just helps to keep you accountable and kind of focused on the goal and what you really want to do, right? The weekly review. So this is over here on the right hand side. You can see at the end, like at the start and end of the month, it doesn't really make sense, but you can see here kind of 7 columns, right? What was good? What do you need to improve? How are you going to improve it? And then any notes that you kind of highlighted this week, right? Whether that be that if you worked late, then it meant that you couldn't get up and go to the gym. So you're boosting one metric, but failing on another. Like that's just an abstraction, right? But it could be anything that you've noticed during that week, stuff that you essentially want to improve on. It's really important that you fill this in, and then obviously you kind of refer back to this, right? In terms of like, let's say that last week you were bang on with the gym, but your diet suffered, so you didn't make any progress physically, right? Like it could just be something like that. But really important to kind of be making those weekly check-ins with yourself, because a month is just too long, and it could mean that on a week by week basis you can change behavior, which then affects the overall month, right? Makes the month better because you notice behaviors and patterns kind of mid-month, right? Could be something like that. Next thing is the monthly review. So this is down here. Now, obviously, I've got my kind of notes for the video in here at the moment. But essentially, yeah, what you want to do is basically just come in here and you look at your weekly review and notes, and then you do a longer drawn out monthly version, which is kind of a bit more in detail about what happened during that month, any milestones that you hit, anything that you want to improve on, what you're looking at for next month, how you felt about it. All of that sort of stuff goes in here in the monthly review. And what's really nice is that then over like a 3 to 6 to 12 month period, you can go back and look at kind of where things were. And then what I do specifically for me and my goals is I then relate this to our business KPIs as well. So what I can see is like, if I'm happy and sharp and energetic and focused, it typically means that we had a good month in the business as well, because obviously I'm kind of the primary input into the business at the moment. Creating a new month is super simple. All you do here is go duplicate, and then you change, obviously, like I'm not going to tell you how to suck eggs, right? But you come in here and you just change these dates. So you click on this, change that to February 1st. And then what I do is I block this off with weeks as well. So you go into your calendar, look what the Sunday is of that month, and then you just put a line under it, and then you start a fresh week just here. Nice and easy. And then finally, on this quick tactical video, we have the YTD dashboard. So year to date, that would be in here. Now, what you need to do with this is add in a little equation, or whatever it's called, like a formula rather, in here, which is equals sum, and then that would be Jan, exclamation mark, and then whatever this is in here. So it's Jan B3, right? So you come in here, Jan B3. I'm not going to do this for all of them, but then essentially you would do Jan C3, D3, etc., and you pull it out all the way, and then that will bring in all of that data just here. That will show you then January compared to February compared to March, and then what you can do is you can set averages for your quarter 1, and then obviously the next one, quarter 2, and then you've got your totals down here at the bottom as well. So this is what I use, this is what I've developed. I haven't taken this from anybody. It may exist out there in a similar format, but you are welcome to have this. The link is down in the description below. You can grab it. Like I said, just go file, make a copy, and it's yours. I don't want your email, I don't want your phone number, I don't want any details from you. Just have it on me, in the hopes that you can use it to affect positive changes within your life. All right, that's everything from me. Feel free to check out the rest of the videos on the channel, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.